You have the PDF means take the PDF. In Arihant publications, we have few questions. Okay, take that questions and get ready. The same questions only we are going to discuss it now. Okay, case study questions. So usually in application of derivatives, we get case study questions. So in the last class, I think we discussed about finding the maxima and minima. Whether we discussed that questions or increasing, decreasing. Till which one we discussed, Aditya? Whether we discussed about in maxima, minima, finding maxima, minima?
No.
No. Okay. So now, okay. Today we are going to discuss case study questions in application of derivatives based on maxima, minima. Okay. Write down this, children. After that, we can do the case study. Okay. So Wednesday, you'll be writing a test paper during the class time. 10 minutes only will be given, 10 questions. Join on time. Okay, and the topic is, what about the topic? Derivatives and marginal cost, marginal revenue. Marginal cost and marginal revenue. Is it clear? And the next test paper, that one I'll inform. The next test paper will be together, including applications of derivatives, increasing, decreasing functions, tangents, and normals. Okay, these three topics together will be writing the next test paper. Maxima, minima, tangents and normals. And the next one is increasing and decreasing functions.
Ma'am.
Yes, Aparna.
Ma'am, this class test topics, can you repeat it once again?
So that, okay, that day itself we discussed only the small two topics, that is differentiability, that is higher order derivatives and all, and the other one is marginal cost, marginal revenue.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, now listen, children. So while finding this maxima, minima, the first method we have learned is maxima, minima. The first method we have learned is second derivative test, second order derivative test. Okay, first derivative test, second derivative test. This is, okay, we have learned second derivative test. What is meant by second derivative test? Listen, all of you. What we do here, suppose we are given a function f of x, you find f dash of x and f double dash of x. Given the function f of x, suppose we are given with the function f of x, you find f dash of x and f double dash of x. We have to find second order derivative and first order derivative. And what is the next step? What is the next step, children? Put f dash of x to 0. Equate f dash of x is equal to 0 and solve for x. Is or no? We will find the value of x. After finding x, what do you have to do? After finding x, we have to substitute, put x value in, substitute x value in f double dash of x. You substitute the value of x in f double dash of x. If f double dash of x is positive, then x is a point of minimum. Is or no? Is or no? Are you having the notes with you? Open it. And if f double dash of x is greater than 0, if it is positive, then x is a point of maxima. It is a point of maxima. Sorry, children, it is reverted. If it is less than 0, x is a point of negative, means it is a point of maxima. And positive, if it is greater than 0, x is a point of minima. And this one we call it as local maxima and local minima. We call this as local maximum and local minimum. Whether we have learned this or not, Aditya, able to recall this one?
Yes,
Tomlin?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it okay? I think we wrote a test paper also in this part. Is that no? Applications? Karthik? Finding maxima, minima. In the beginning, we have learned. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
This is second derivative test. So recall the method. If you are thorough with the method, easily we can do. So in second derivative test, what we do? Find f dash of x, find f double dash of x. Then equate f dash of x to 0. Then what we will do? After finding x, substitute this in f double dash of x. Okay, substitute in f double dash of x. If f double dash of x is negative, it is a point of local maxima. And if f double dash of x is greater than 0, if it is positive, it is a point of local minima. And the minimum value or maximum value exists at the given point. This is about the second derivative test. That is why we call this a second derivative. 2 times we differentiate. What about first derivative test? What about first derivative test? Right on. In first derivative test, how many times you have to differentiate? This is very rare only we use. Very rarely we use. So sometimes for 1 more question, if they ask, be ready to answer. But usually we do it with second derivative. So in first derivative test, we are given with f of x. So given f of x, what we have to do? Find f dash of x. You find f dash of x. Next step, f dash of x equate it to 0 and solve. And solve for x. Equate it to 0 and solve for x. Now listen, all of you listen. When you solve for x, suppose on solving the equation, okay, we can take one example and check it. Suppose the function is f of x is, listen, x square minus 3x plus 5. So what I will do? Equate f dash of x to 0. So f dash of x is 2x minus 3. So 2x minus 3 is 0. X is equal to 3 by 2. I get x value as 3 by 2. So in the number line 0 minus infinity to infinity, we take the value 3 by 2. What is 1 by 3 by 2? 1.5. 3 by 2 means is it 1.5? So what we have to do? We take the value closer to 3 by 2 in front of it and back of it. That is very closer, but it should be smaller. For example, 1.4. Here you take 1.6. You take a value very closer to 3 by 2. 3 by 2 means 1.5. You take one value to the left and one value to the right of 1.5. Now look at the sign. What is f dash of 1.4? Is it positive or negative? That is what we want. 2 into 1.4 minus 3. Is it positive or negative? Is it positive or negative? What is the sign here? It is? Is it negative? Is or no? Now take the next value. What is f dash of 1.6? 2 into 1.6 minus 3. So what you will get here? 3.2 minus 3, which is positive. So the f dash of x, sign of f dash of x changes from positive to negative. The sign of f dash of x, sign of f dash of x changes from positive to negative. So it is changing from positive to negative. Therefore, 3 by 2 is a point of maxima. If it is changing from positive to negative, as the value of x is changing, look at here, along that the critical point as x weight is increasing, the sign is changing from positive to negative. Therefore, 3 by 2 is a point of maxima. Suppose it is changing from negative to positive means it is a point of minima. This is what we call it as first derivative test. This method only we call it as first derivative test. Is it clear, Tomlin? Maximum means what happens? It is going on increasing and thereafter it is decreasing. So the value is positive, increasing. F dash of x is positive. And when it starts decreasing, it is negative. So sign is changing from positive to negative. So it is a point of maxima. Minimum means what happens? The value f dash of x is negative, negative, and then, so here it is changing from negative to positive. For one more question, these questions will be asked. What about the sign of f of x? If it is increasing, if it is a point of maximum, if it is a point of minimum, what about the sign? So as x is increasing, as x is going through this critical points, Is it clear? As x is moving through this critical points, if the sign is changing from, if the sign of f dash of x, if the sign of f dash of x changes from positive to negative, it is a point of, if f dash of x is changing from positive to negative, it is a point of, yes, children, tell me. If f dash of x changes from positive to negative, then it is a point of
Maximum.
maximum. Positive to negative, then it is a point of local maximum. Okay, if it is changing from negative to positive, it is a point of local minima. Is it clear? Is it clear? It is a point of local maximum and it is a point of local minimum. How? Using first derivative. In second derivative, we differentiate it 2 times and then we find out. Okay, now write this question. Write this question. Find the local maxima and local minima. Are you able to recall this? Surely you will get one case study question from maxima minima. Okay, because in maxima minima you have around 10 marks are there from maxima minima. Not maxima minima, that derivatives part. Find the local maxima and local minima of the function. Local maxima and local minima of the function. F of x is equal to, f of x is equal to x raised to 4 minus 8x cube plus 22x square minus 24x plus 1. So here, what is given? You are asked to find the local maxima. Isn't it? It is not mentioned. Is it first order or second order? So if it is not mentioned, usually we do it with, is it first order or second order?
Second order.
Second order. So differentiate it 2 times. Find f dash of x. What is f dash of x? 4x cube minus 24x square plus 44x minus 24. Then find out what is f double dash of x. So it is 12x square minus 48x plus 44. From here we can take 4 outside. So we'll get 3x square minus 21x plus 11. So you can factorize it again. Okay. 1 second. 4 f double dash. So here, when you factorize f double dash of x, what you will get? Product is 33. Product is 33. Sum is 20, negative 21. Yes?
Ma'am, isn't it 3x square minus 12x?
Which one?
And
3x.
4 into 3x square minus 12x.
Okay, sorry. It's 12x. I wrote it in the reverse order. So sum is 12. Product is 33. So what you will get? How will you factorize it? Product is 33 and sum is 12, negative 12. Is it 11 into 3, 33? Here are you able to factorize it? Product is 33. So we are not able to factorize, isn't it? So then leave it. So f double dash of x, if you can't, you leave it. Now this is f double dash of x. So after finding f dash of x and f double dash of x, equate f dash of x to 0. When you equate f dash of x to 0, you will get 4x cube minus 24x square plus 44x minus 24 is 0. We can divide throughout by 4. When you divide it by 4, x cube minus 6x square plus 11x minus 6 is 0. So now here, okay, it's a cubic polynomial. It is a cubic polynomial. We have learned how to factorize a cubic polynomial in 9th standard. This is a cubic polynomial. Children, go through this. Actually, this is a question from your NCERT textbook. Okay, text material given by CBSE. From there only we discussed. So go through it, solve it once again. Okay. So now look at here, how to solve it. You name this as P of X. Okay, suppose this is the polynomial P of X. We have learned this. If you, okay, I think you'll be able to recall it easily because you have learned in 9th standard, 10th standard and all. What is P of 1? What is P of 1? 1 cube minus 6 plus 11 is 6 plus 6. So will it be, are you getting this as 0? P of 1, is it 0? P of 1 is 0 means what we can say? Whether x minus 1 is a factor. P of 1 is 0, then x minus 1 is a factor. Is or no? 9th standard, whether we have learned. If P of 2 is 0, which one is a factor? If P of 2 is 0, then Karthik? If P of 2 is 0, then?
X minus 2.
X minus 2 is a factor. If P of minus 3 is 0, if P of minus 3 is 0, then which one is a factor?
X plus 3.
X plus 3. So how we do this? Trial and error method. Okay, long division using polynomial division and all only we do it here. So here it is when we substitute x is 1, we get x minus 1 is a factor. Now we can do the long division. Now do the long division for this, for the given polynomial. What is the cubic polynomial here? X cube minus 6x square plus 11x minus 6. You divide it by x minus 1. So you multiply this x cube minus x square. Again change the sign. So you'll get minus 5x square plus 11x minus 6. Then how will you find the next term? 5x square by x. So you'll get minus 5x. When you multiply this, it is minus 5x square plus 5x. Again, we subtract. So you'll get 6x minus 6. Again, if you take plus 6, it is 6x minus 6, which is 0. Which is 0. Now, this is the second degree polynomial. So, the given one, you can write this as, the given polynomial, we can write this as, x minus 1 into x square minus 5x plus 6. That one again we can factorize it as 2 into 3, isn't it? 2 3s are 6, 2 plus 3 is 5. So x minus 2 into x minus 3. X minus 2 into x minus 3. Therefore, what about the zeros? Therefore, the critical points, f dash of x is 0 means that points are called critical points. Therefore, the critical points are x is equal to 1, 2, and 3. Therefore, when the critical points are x is equal to 1, 2, and 3. Now, when x is equal to 1, you look at the sign of f double dash of x. F double dash of x is 4 into 3x square minus 12x plus 11. So when x is 1, find out what is the sign. Okay, we don't want the value, only the sign you have to consider. So what is f double dash of 1? Is it positive or negative? What is f double dash of 2? And what is f double dash of 3? Check it. What is the sign? Is it positive or negative? Evaluate it. Is it okay, children? Is it okay? Huh? Is it okay? Any doubt? Are you able to recall this method? We have learned this in the beginning. Karthik, Aparna,
Yes, ma'am.
Femina, Anila Mohanan.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Look at the. Tell me the sign. What about the sign of f double dash of 1, f double dash of 2, and f double dash of 3? What is the sign? Is it positive? Is it negative? Based on the sign, you tell me whether it is maxima or minimum. Yes. Make it fast. Yes. What is the sign of f double dash of 1, Femina? What about the sign of f double dash of 1? Is it positive or negative? What is the sign, children? Just you want, look at the value only. Don't bother about this. So 3 minus 12 plus 1. So what is it? Is it positive? Is it positive? Therefore, what x is equal to 1 is a point of minima. Okay, make it fast. Okay, we don't bother about the values and all. Then you put x is 2, 4 into 3, 12. Minus 24 plus 11. Look at here. It is 23 minus 24 means it is negative. So x is equal to 2 is a point of maxima. Then you take the next value 3. 4 into 3 into 3 square. So 9 3s are, you will get 27 minus 36 plus 11. So which is again positive. Then x is equal to 3 is a point of minima. And what is the minimum value? How will you find minimum value? Therefore, the minimum value is 2. Okay, you can find it as f of 1. Find out. In the place of f of x, you put 1. In f of x, you substitute 1 and find out what is f of x. It is 1 raised to 4 minus 8 into 1 cube plus 22 into 1 square minus 24 into 1. Then plus 1. 24 into 1 plus 1. Then simplify, you will get what is the minimum value. Similarly, find out when x is 2, what is the maximum value? Find out what is f of 2. And when x is 3, what is again minimum value? Calculate it and give the answer. What is f of 1? What is f of 1, Aishwarya?
minus 8.
Minus 8. Tomlin? What is f of 2, Tomlin?
Ma'am, I am doing.
Femina, what is f of 2?
Ma'am, minus.
Yes, what is the answer, Femina?
Ma'am, minus 7.
Minus 7, yes, correct. It is minus 7. Then when x is 3, Aishwarya?
I'm doing.
Do it and give your answer.
minus 10.
Yes, minus
Minus
8.
10.
Minus 8. Check it. Is it negative 8?
Yes, ma'am.
Aishwarya, check your answer. Okay, it is negative 8. Okay, this is how we find out the maxima, absolute maxima minima using second order derivative test. Okay. Now, the next one is, write the next heading, absolute maxima minima. Next heading, absolute maxima minima. Absolute maxima minima. So in what, how will you identify this absolute maxima minima? Absolute maxima minima means it is within the closed interval. Absolute maxima and minima. Here, closed interval will be given. Easily you can identify. The previous question and all, they are not given with the interval. So here what will be given? Closed interval will be given. Okay. So whenever we are given with the closed interval, sometimes the question will be find maxima minima in closed interval 1 to 3. Although it is given maxima minima, look at there, closed interval is given. That means we have to find absolute maxima minima. Is it clear? Whenever you see a closed interval and the word maxima, you can understand that it is absolute maxima minima. Absolute maxima minima, how to find? So suppose you are given the function f of x. We are given with f of x. Find f dash of x. Method is same. Find f dash of x. Second step, equate f dash of x to 0. Equate f dash of x to 0. Okay. And what we do, we take only those values of x. Okay. Find x. Okay. Find x which lies in the closed interval. We select only those values which lie in the closed interval. Suppose you are given the closed interval as AB. So you take the closed interval AB. For example, suppose we are given with 1, 2. 1, 2. When you solve it, when the values of x is 0, 1.5 means we can't take x is 0 because 0 is not within the interval 1 to 2. So we can take only those values which lie within the closed interval 1 and 2. Then once you find x, then what do you have to do? Find f of x, find f of a and f of b. So maximum of this will give the maximum and the minimum value will give the absolute minimum. The greatest value among this will give the absolute maxima and the least value will give the absolute minima. So to find absolute maxima and minima, what do you have to do? Find f of dash of x, equate it to 0 and solve for x. After finding x, we have to select only those points which lie within the closed interval. We have to select only those points which lie within the closed interval. The next step, to substitute those x values in f of x. Okay, you find out what is f of a, f of b, and the greatest among these values will be the absolute maxima, and the least among these values will be the absolute minima. Is it clear? Is it okay? Now let us do one question in this model. Write down. Find the absolute maxima and minima. Find the absolute maxima and minima of the function. Find the absolute maxima and minima of the function. F of x is equal to x cube minus 3 by 2 x square minus 18x plus 1 on closed interval minus 4 comma 6. On closed interval minus 4 comma 6. So whenever we are given a closed interval, note down it is absolute maxima, minima. F of x is given. Find out f dash of x. What is f dash of x? 3x square minus 3 by 2 into x square. If you differentiate it, 2x minus 18. So we get 3x square minus 3x minus 18, isn't it? You can take 3 as common. If you take 3 as common, you'll get x square minus x minus 6. If you factorize it, x minus 3 into x plus 2, isn't it? Product is minus 6. Sum is minus 1. Now, f dash of x is 0. F dash of x is 0 implies x3 into x minus 3 into x plus 2 is 0. Therefore, x value is 3 or minus 2. Now look at these two values. Whether these two values lie within the interval, whether it lies within the closed interval. Yes, isn't it? It lies within the closed interval. If it lies, you can select both. Then find out what is f of a. What is f of a? F of a means it is the starting value. Find f of b. F of b means the ending value. F of 6. Then along with this, you find out what is f of 3, f of minus 2. The greatest among this will give the absolute maxima and the least among this will give the absolute minima. Find out. Tomlin? Are you able to recall? Is it
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
Tomlin? Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay, practice these questions today itself. Okay. Finished? Is it over? What, tell me, what is the value? What is f of minus 4? What is f of minus 4? F of minus 4. When you put x is minus 4, we'll get minus 64. Substitute in f of x, isn't it? So it is minus 64. Then
minus 15.
a final value are giving it is minus 15. Okay. Then what is f of 6? F of 6. F of 6, is it 55? Check it, children. Okay. F of 4, f of negative 4, f of 2 is 23 and it is negative 39.5. It is 23 and negative 39.5. So the maximum among this, which is the maximum? 55 is the maximum, and the least among this will give the absolute minimum. So maximum occurs at when x is equal to 6 and minimum occurs when x is equal to 3. Okay, so complete this. One more period we have, that time we'll be doing case study questions. Okay, with this we wind up. Thank you, children.